So it's another Thursday, throwback Thursday, if you will. So I feel like today's topic kind of ties in with that. So I don't know if it really counts as a Remembering Forgotten Memories video or not. I'm gonna go ahead and say it is. But tomorrow will be a sad day for people who've been on the internet as many years as I have and have no doubt used this service because it will be going away forever as of tomorrow. And that is AOL Instant Messenger. I know, you guys are like, dude, nobody even uses that anymore. Yeah, I know. I understand. But nostalgia's sake here, come on. I mean, was it the very first instant messenger I ever used? Not quite. Only by like this much though. Still really sad though. The very first one I ever used was Yahoo Instant Messenger actually, because the very first places that I like interacted with people online were on Yahoo. Back then it was clubs, it wasn't even groups back then, it was clubs. And I found out there was a messenger function, so I downloaded that and I was able to chat with people, and it was amazing being able to do it in real time instead of by email. Because I mean, I'd been on like forums before that. I'd been in like email groups, although mostly as a reader at that point rather than a writer. But at that point, I mean, we're talking, I was 12 years old, so this is old school internet. This is like 97, 98, right around in there. Yeah, I'm ancient internet years. I know. I think I'd had Yahoo Messenger for a grand total of a month before somebody pointed out the existence of AOL Messenger to me. And this was groundbreaking because, I mean, okay, I had used Yahoo Messenger and I had used, oh, what was it called? This wasn't an instant messenger, this was a chat service, but what was it, like MSN Comic Chat? I think that was what it was called. It basically was chat rooms, but they were set up to look like a comic strip, and you would like pick your avatar and like you could change the facial expressions from pane to pane. Each pane was as everybody chatted in there. It would like auto animate it. And it was the coolest damn thing. Actually, not gonna lie, if they brought that back today, I would still use it because it was amazing. But primitive, but still amazing that it was able to generate those in real time like that. But I had so damn much fun with that thing. That was the very, very first one that I chatted in real time with people on the internet. But yeah, because of that, and because of Yahoo Messenger, the idea of AOL Messenger was just very fascinating to me when people pointed out its existence and were like, you should get it. So I did. I mean, it was free, so who cares? So I signed up with one of my oldest screen names I ever used that occasionally still comes into use, but not usually, so I kind of don't want to put it out there. I signed up, and back then, in the very early days of it, you could search people by interests on there. You could either do it manually or by, like, preset categories. So naturally, I would always, like, hunt down people who were into music and movies and books. That was, like, my combo. And would just see who's online available to chat with, and I would take a chance and just message random fucking people, and just see if I could strike up a conversation. Either they'd ignore you or be like, sorry, don't talk to strangers, or they would chat with you. One of the very first people I ever messaged on there, I am still friends with to this day. No freaking joke. So, just saying, for as random as it was, I made some amazing friendships of people I never would have met who were from fandoms that, yeah, they never would have intersected. I never would have discovered these people. Like, I mean, this was back at a time when, like, the only fandom I really had was, like, the Beatles. So, how would I have met this girl who is, like, hardcore into the Sex Pistols otherwise? You know? And just into, like, the whole punk scene, and she's kind of half responsible for why I had a phase of it, but yeah, it just was incredible to me how easy it was to just find these random people, and you would, like, just get to learn about them and their lives, and just, I know, it sounds so stupid, and most of you are probably going, oh my god, you were 12, that is such stranger danger. Oh, I know. Trust me, I'm well aware, and I could spot a creeper a mile away and block them like that, and did, many times. And sometimes I just like to play with their heads just long enough to be like, by the way, I'm an undercover cop. And just freak them out and then block them. But, which, I mean, that's such a shitty thing to do, but Just saying. I mean, if they're ballsy enough to, like, send dirty messages to a 12-year-old, they deserve to get freaked out, alright? Just saying. Just saying. There's, like, a website, baiting.org. I think I submitted some of those chat logs to that back in the day, just because it was like, yeah, these people are that stupid, they deserve to be exposed. But those weren't the ones I was seeking out. Those were ones who found me through the same criteria of searching out interests and yeah, that. But anyway, but most of the people that I found through there, zero issues, and they just it was so much fun to talk to people that way and find people that way. I mean, now the internet is such a different place that unless you like have mutual friends in common or you know them very specifically from somewhere, you generally don't meet that many like brand new people. And I feel like for as much social networking as we have today, we are actually more isolated now than we were back then in terms of socializing. Just, it blows my mind. But how is that even logical? How does that happen? But yet, here we are. But yeah, back in the days, AIM, oh my goodness. You could like set both the background color and the font color and the font style, which definitely led to some eye-bleeding results, but you know, that was half the fun of it. I mean, if you were a teenager anyway. I mean, adults generally left it default or at most might just change the font color and that was about it. But or the font size. But there was also the away messages. Oh my god. All of the basically like, you know what subtweeting is today? So many passive-aggressive away messages that were obviously aimed at a specific person without name-dropping the- yeah, that shit. Everybody did it. You're lying if you claimed you didn't do it back in the day when AIM was big. And the buddy icons, like, who remembers, like, searching out websites of buddy icons to find, like, the perfect edgy buddy icon? Like, I am aging myself so much here, but dude, they were the shit, and you know it. But, back at its height, like, basically everyone had AIM. I mean, there was very limited options. You either had ICQ, you had AIM, or you had Yahoo, or sometimes all three. This is before even MSN was a thing, but I'll get to MSN in a minute. But, everyone freaking had it, and they still had, like, the group chats on there at that point. There were so many group chats with the Beatles fanfic group, just it got interesting, and that was actually probably the start of my roleplay days, was those chats there. We didn't even have the technical term for it yet, we just thought we were writing on the fly, off the cuff, just in real time. Everybody kind of just chimed in wherever, nobody even had, like, set roles or anything initially, those came later, but yeah, that was the biggest draw of AIM for me, was once I figured out role-playing, yeah, and then when I found out people were making side profiles for their characters specifically, oh holy shit. I had so many of them. But so the day when you were able to link accounts and be logged into more than one at a time, oh, those were fun times. I had so many of them linked. Oh my god. And then finding out Trillion, you could link even more to that. Yeah, I had no life, I know. This is why, you know, ultimately, as much trouble as most teenagers get into, I really wasn't all that bad. Like, I had some substance abuse issues, but other than that, I really didn't get into much trouble because I was glued to a computer 24/7, honestly, like, really though. um, if the worst thing I was doing was writing Beatles smut, you know, that's not that bad, but anyways, somewhere along the line, MSN Messenger came along. And I feel like it must have started up during that, like, 8.5 month span where I had my internet taken away when I was, like, 15, I wanna say? Something happened during that time frame where, like, the landscape of Beatles fanfiction changed forever to being slash-based, and I still have not figured out what happened during that time frame and why it never switched back. But also there was the advent of this new messenger that apparently everybody had hopped on board to, that in my opinion was subpar to AOL. I still just championed AOL Instant Messenger, even when everybody else switched to the other one. He never really regained its heyday, but MSN Messenger closed and AIM was still around, so just saying, till tomorrow, it still technically exists. You could log in one last time just to hear the sound effects one more time before it's gone. So I mean, if you want to do a Club Penguin thing and just, like, log in to watch what happens when they shut it all down, that's a thing. It's happening. I don't know if it happens at midnight. I'd have to look up an article and see at what time exactly they're shutting it down. For nostalgia's sake, I might. But, yeah, that. I mean, I realize Skype's a thing now, and there's Facebook Messenger, and there's Snapchat, and what the fuck all else there is. There's tons of alternatives now to where, yeah, AIM really lost its foothold that it once had on internet messaging. But its influence is very much still felt in the way that they work. I mean, all of the functions that it brought to the table are generally still there for the most part, with the exception of, like, maybe the away messages thing, although I think Skype has that. But yeah. Most of them, they have all the same things, and better in the case of Skype, since they kind of perfected the whole video chat thing. AIM tried to do it years earlier, but it was so buggy that I don't think it ever worked properly for me. Occasionally I could get voice chat to work on it, and it could do okay, but video never worked right for me. I don't know if anybody ever had better luck than I did, but that was my experience with it. But yeah, Skype kind of took the idea and perfected it, so that's good. And like I said, most of the things you could do on AIM, you can definitely do on the other ones. It's just the nostalgia factor that it was there for like 20 freaking years, and it's suddenly going away. It's just sad to me. It's like one more piece of my childhood is officially dying. And I know that just all good things come to an end, blah blah blah, but it makes me sad, regardless, just because it was one of those things that was virtually always there in all the years I've been on the internet, and suddenly one of these pillars of stability has just been yanked out. Even though, admittedly, did I still use it? No, but only because everybody else stopped using it. I totally would have still been using it if my friends were still on it, but they all kind of bailed on it at, like, the same moment in time in, like, 2010 or 2011, but yeah, that. But, that said, I'm still really, really sad to see it go. But yeah, so I don't really have anywhere I'm going with this other than I'm just sad about it, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's sad about seeing it go. What are some of you guys' favorite memories of stuff you guys did on AIM, if you used it back in the day, or even more recently than back in the day? Let me know in the comments what your favorite purposes for it were, or your favorite moments just in general with the platform were, because I freaking adored AOL Instant Messenger, and yeah, to see it go to the internet graveyard is depressing, but what can you do, right? So anyways, that is about it for me for this one. So, as usual, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below, as already mentioned, and if you like what I do here on this channel and you'd like to help support it, the donation link, as always, is down in the description. Anyway, guys, till next time.